All right, guys, we are live. This is the Shillan and Duffy recap show for UFC Vegas 119, Horiguchi versus Kape, Kape versus Horiguchi, brought to you by Sherdog.com. I am your host. Joining me, as always, is the great senior editor of Sherdog.com, Mr. Ben Duffy. Ben, I can call you great because as far as I know, you had a winning record with your picks. I went 5-7. This was an all-timer bad night for me. I think you went like 7-5.
When I pick Melissa Mullins as like a plus 475 underdog, and I still do better than you on the picks, it's not a good night for Keith.
Not a good night. A good night.
I mean,
I should have. The one that drives me crazy is I was
damn.
On the fence.
Okay, Ryan McKeon 6728 is now our official producer because he put up my record before I could look it up.
There you go. Nice job, Ryan. Welcome to the team.
Intern Ryan, thank you.
Yeah. If you keep telling everybody how bad I suck, you're fired. Yeah, I think the one fight that I'm kicking myself, I almost picked Gaston Bolognese, and I changed my mind still just because of Aswell's age. But you know what drives me crazy? We don't really care about how we do on picks. I don't. I shouldn't speak for you, but usually we don't really keep records or anything like that. I don't like when we pick a fight correctly and the results change, because tonight everything we said about the Kyoji Horiguchi Manel Kape fight was going great. Everything, the feigning, the takedowns, he was beating him to the punch, he was landing, and then Manel Kape caught him with one right hand. Horiguchi threw a combo, missed the last punch of the combo, which just gave Kape a little angle to land a right hand, and that's all she wrote. That is what Manel Kape can do. Holy cow. Talk to me about it.
99% of the time when an MMA or any fight fan talks about one-shot power or power being the great equalizer, they are exaggerating. This is the case where it is not. You can't coach it. I mean, you can coach it up if somebody has it. You can't prepare for it. You can try to game plan around it a little bit, but ultimately the guy that walks into the cage has to be perfect for 25 minutes against someone like Manel Kape. And you saw it tonight, because you know what? Horiguchi was basically fighting one of the best fights of his career up to that point. I was taking notes about, even though I think Kape has actually been improving the last couple fights, Horiguchi's putting on a masterclass. He is outclassing this guy. I have all these technical notes. I look up and he is on the ground. And then 4 seconds later, the fight after the fight is Horiguchi's face versus the canvas.
Yeah. So this is how I do. I don't know how you do, but this is how I do. Kind of just flowing the show along is I will always like dedicate certain size in my notebook. I'm still an old pen and paper kind of guy. I always have like a notebook register to my write things, and I just kind of glance over and say, oh yeah, don't forget this, don't forget that. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to give a whole page to the main event, and then the co-main event, depending on like what the card is, I might go a half page. I usually go 1, 2, or 3. If it's like small, I might put 3 fights on one page. And that's just kind of like, I don't talk too much about this fight. Like, don't get it too much. It's kind of my way of, and I'm a big writer anyway, so that too. And one thing I wrote right here as I'm going along was, is Kyoji Horiguchi the best flyweight on the planet? Because the way it was going, I was going to ask that question. And Manel Kape showed, as you said, it reminds me of, remember, this is not a good analogy. I don't know why I just thought of this right now, but remember Bloodsport? All right, there was in the Bloodsport, they had like, dude, you couldn't make this today, but there was a like sumo wrestler guy in it, like some big huge guy, and he was fighting this like small African guy who was jumping around like a monkey, they couldn't do it today, but he was like
uncomfortable.
Like he was landing everything perfectly, and it was going right, and it was like he was making the guy look stupid, and then all of a sudden he jumped, and the sumo guy just caught him.
Yep.
I was like, that's the end of it. And that's a wrap. And I don't know why I'm thinking about a movie that came out freaking 40 years ago, but that's how I felt like this. Like everything was going wonderful for Kyoji Horiguchi. Horiguchi was too fast to Kape. He was buckling Kape multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah.
The first round, like he won it, but he didn't hurt him. The second round, he started hurting him. The third round was getting even better. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, he's freezing him with the feints. He's getting him up and down, feinting, like getting the takedowns. Getting takedowns, doing some ground and pound, but also just getting him to have it drop his hand. Then he's coming in with combinations. I'm like, holy shit! Like, and we picked Horiguchi, and I'm like, this guy's looking great. The takedowns, he's landing takedowns easily. He's landing ground and pound. Everything's going great. And this is what Kape can do. Kape had about 10 seconds of effective offense.
Yep.
The last 10 seconds of the fight.
Yeah.
If you're a Josh fan, you're in attendance. And this is a really tough question. Are you happy Kape won, or are you
if you're Van?
If you're Josh fan.
Okay, there's a different answer for Van versus Van's coaches, managers, and handlers. Van loves this because
Van's
Van is a 25-year-old man who justifiably thinks he's the shit. He's like, that's not going to happen to me. I'm going to piece this dude up.
So let me rephrase that. If Josh Van was a normal person, all right, you're a Josh Van fan and you want him to win. Was this the best matchup for him? Is this the best matchup, or is this the worst matchup? It's tough, right?
It is tough, but you know what? Obviously, Kape is the scarier proposition, but if it had been Horiguchi versus Van this weekend, without doing the tape study, I think I would have been picking Horiguchi coming into this. He's just such a tactical genius in long fights. Like I would, I think our guy's going down this time, but they'll probably rematch at some point.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll be picking Van over Kape probably.
So I'm watching this and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, well, Horiguchi definitely has more avenues to beat him. His speed, his takedowns, getting Van guessing, kind of like doing what Tyra was trying to do, but they also have more tools with it. But I'm like, but then Van gives Kape the exact fight he wants. He's going to stand right in front of him and throw down.
Yep.
Does Van have the chin to be able, because you got to get clocked, and like Kape showed today, he really only has to land one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, like, and how about the ground and pound at the end? He has Horiguchi drop. You have Herb Dean, the referee. He could have freaking speed bagged the back of his head. And he didn't. Every single punch was clean.
Dude, under the armpit ground and pound, like the Hendo versus Fedor thing, just melt. There were two things that happened in this fight that just made my little heart melt. That was one of them. Like, I love accurate ground and pound under the armpit of a turtled guy. You're basically removing any chance that you hit the back of the head. And if you land, you're going to hit them in the most vulnerable spot imaginable, which is why Fedor and Gooch both just completely face planted.
Yeah.
Like, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good call. I forgot it. Like Dan Henderson, Fedor. That's actually a really good one.
197-pound Dan Henderson just icing Fedor. Yep.
And honestly, I don't know I think I might want to rather get punched by Dan Henderson than Manel Kape.
I might too. Can I throw out one thing I love that Horiguchi did? And I don't want it to get lost in time, because we're going to be talking about the awesomeness of Kape tonight and then from here going forward.
Sure.
He did the George St. Pierre double option in the second and third round where he throws the overhand and the knee pick at the same time. Second round, he threw the hand half speed and knee picked him. Third round, he faked it and actually clocked him with the overhand, just making it work both ways in consecutive rounds. Like wherever he was tonight, George St. Pierre just bit into his Big Mac and just kind of nodded and pointed at the screen.
Yeah, the guy's a man, but the problem is I'm sitting there and I'm like, what did a loss? And we're going to matchmake him in a second, but what did a loss? Where did this put Horiguchi on the phone calls? So if you're making the phone calls right now, it's Pantoja. Then it's Kape. Then it's probably
he doesn't fall far.
Probably Kavanaugh if Kavanaugh beats Royval.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe fourth now.
Maybe, and probably no worse than that. He didn't lose that much ground, I don't think.
But he's a 35-year-old flyweight who just got knocked out.
He is.
That's concerning to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, offensively, what we saw, I mean, it was absolutely spectacular. And I don't want to get too far in the weeds because this is Kape's night. Kape, when I watch him, he really isn't that fast. Horiguchi was faster than him. Obviously, he's explosive.
Yeah.
But the way you market, and I'll add this, you have obviously Josh Van, he's like friggin' 12 years old. He can continue improving every single time he fights. I think he's super marketable. I think he's super exciting. I mean, every one of his fights are freaking fantastic. You have Pantoja, who, all-time great. Obviously, you still, I mean, I know Tyra just lost, but you still have like a star in Japan who's young. Kavanaugh is super exciting. But is anybody more marketable in the division than Manel Kape? Kape can have boring moments.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 minutes, it wasn't much going on, and I get it. If you're a Horiguchi, do you really want to really engage right away? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh God, is it gonna be one of these Kape fights? Please don't give me 25 minutes of this. But I'll let you answer that question, and I'll tell you what I think. But is he the most marketable guy in the division?
He's up there. He's not far and away ahead of the others.
No.
Here's the thing: Horiguchi or Tyra. With Horiguchi, it's not an issue because Horiguchi speaks pretty good English. But if Tyra ended up being the champ 18 months from now, his fight style, and then just Japanese fighters get a little bit more of a pass, just giving little one-word answers and looking mystifying. It's the soft racism of low expectations. I don't know, but but Kape, I mean, when he finishes a fight, he's as exciting as they get. His highlight reel stacks up to anybody. He's a good little cocky talker, speaks English just fine, speaks Portuguese just fine. Not many people can do both of those things.
Yeah.
He probably is. It's either him or Van. Van's gonna be a bigger star the longer he keeps winning.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm going through the history of the flyweight division. Thinking about who's been the champions. I was DJ and then Cejudo and keep going on. Figueiredo and Moreno. There's one thing about Kape that's different than every champion we've ever had. I know he didn't win the championship tonight, and he still obviously has. He's the only one in the history of the division that you can market as the true one-punch fight ender knockout guy. Now, I know Figueiredo at his peak had some pretty good knockouts and this and that, but more of dropping guys. And I mean, he can punch you and put your lights out. You can market this guy as the Mighty Mouse, or I know that's Demetrius Johnson's nickname, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, the small guy who packs. Remember, I'm gonna really age my. There used to be a cartoon. I don't remember where it was a bunch of superhero cartoons, and there was a baby that were super powerful. Do you remember this? No, am I?
You might be a little too young for me.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, that's not gonna work. But you can market him as the flyweight Francis Ngannou.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can't do that with anybody else. No, Van, I've always said Van's, you got to market him like you market Max Holloway. And I know he doesn't have Max Holloway's charm, but very fighting style.
Yeah.
Pantoja, you're never gonna be able to market him. You either love his story like we do, or it is what it is. Kavanaugh, you could almost do a little Max Holloway with him too, but he's the Francis Ngannou. He's the, you didn't think flyweights can hit hard. Well, wait till you see this guy. So I think he might be. I think he might be the most marketable. He's
definitely up there.
Yeah. it's hard to like talk too much about what we saw tonight cause he got his ass kicked for, basically 15 minutes and then comes back and it's all right. I got one. And this is Garrett Clemens got me thinking about this. If you're a Kape and it sounds like Pantoja is going to fight first against Van, who do you want to fight? Do you want and again, asking this question, you're a normal human being, you want the easiest matchup, not because they don't think like that.
I think Kape probably wants Van. I don't think Kape. I think Kape thinks he can destroy any man that's willing to stand in front of him. And I think Kape, I guarantee you, he blames every single one of his losses on his opponent either running away or taking him down.
Yeah, like a little like Diaz brothers type thing.
I came to fight, he came to wrestle. Like
yeah. Oh, definitely. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, who's a tougher? Because like obviously Van, like what is he, like 23 or something wicked stupid like that. Like he's so young, so he can make those jumps and like we don't know if we've even seen the best one yet. But he's also a guy who's gonna stand in front and more likely get punched. Pantoja's older, so he's the one that probably the least likely to be able to take the shot. And then when Pantoja opens up, he's so wild that like you can kind of have a Horiguchi situation where he's opening up and just catch him. But on the flip side, there's no way Pantoja doesn't shoot for a takedown 5 seconds into the fight. And
if he ends up having to like semi pull guard because he can't get a clean takedown, he'll do that happily, and he might still choke Kape out in 90 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about it. Like Pantoja takes you down, it could be a wrap.
Yep.
It's not the hey, oh well, okay, he took me down, that round's over, but I got a chance in the second round. Like you might not get a second round. It might not look like Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. It might look like Charles Oliveira and his freaking 75 other submissions that he has in the UFC. I think Van at this point versus Kape would be a lot more marketable, even though you can market an all-timer and Pantoja. I mean, shit, the UFC will say the greatest flyweight of all time if he wins the title again, which would be absurd. But all right, you want to match make?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go first when it comes to Horiguchi. To me, there's a no-brainer fight, and it's the one fight where you can do with Horiguchi and still sell super high right away. And that's you do the matchup. You do Horiguchi versus Taira. You do it in Japan. I mean, that fight would be massive. Main event. Please. Both coming off losses, but like the funny thing is the age. Oh, and you could speak on this more than I could, but just watching old Asian movies stuff, they love that. Like, I mean, go back to like the Pride days. They love the young lion versus the new.
Yep.
I mean, I think like Takada fighting the young guys and just they like love that. And then when Sakuraba was at the end of his career, now it's okay, it's his turn to get beat up by somebody. And then it was like Shinya Aoki's, okay, now you're the old guy. So that they kind of like Horiguchi's, matchup against Taira. That culture knows that.
And they're not going to lose much shine because there's also a kind of interesting trait about the Japanese MMA fans that they don't care as much about stuff that happened outside Japan. Like someone who, like a guy losing outside Japan just doesn't matter as much to him.
I think winning or losing doesn't matter as much to them. I mean, how many times did you think about Punk?
Sakuraba is their hero.
Sakuraba's a hero. Think about Punk Minoue. How many matches did they put him in where he has no chance of winning?
Yeah, the guy's record is like 53-30.
Yeah, like at one point he was actually pretty good though.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but he was a 5'9", 180-pound guy fighting literal like Giant Silva and Bob Sapp and
that's my point.
Butterbean.
And they love it. They love the underdog story and this and that. So, I think that fight would be. I mean, if the UFC again, I don't have a crystal ball where they're going, but that to me is a no-brainer. Especially now where we competitive. They'll do it 3 or 4 years from now where it's like it's going to be Taira's world. I mean, right now I'd favor Horiguchi pretty easily.
Yeah, same.
What did you have a different matchup? Or is that the matchup you had too?
For Horiguchi, I mean, I like that just fine. Otherwise, I was just going to give him probably one of the losers out of UFC Baku because there are like 4 top 10 matchups happening. There's Charles Johnson, Asu Almabayev, Steve Urseg, Ramazan Bektemirov. Either give him one of the losers of the higher ranked ones or one of the winners of the lower ranked ones. But if the UFC wants to do Horiguchi versus Taira, please at least do it in Japan. Like, don't make that a third fight from the top on a card at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't. Like, don't do a Bellator move. Yeah, but didn't that happen with Weili Zhang and Yan Xianan? They like fought in like Vegas or somewhere like that. Like, it's tough to do with Kape because he definitely deserves the title shot. I mean, he's won 4 in a row, 4 stoppages. But you're giving the fight to Pantoja. Like, again, it's not even booked yet. So you're hoping maybe earliest would probably be like September. Probably, so now you figure the turnaround from that is early next year, January, February of next year. I mean, does he really want to sit out 8-9 months?
Probably not.
No. So this is what I would do. And I hate these kind of scenarios, but I do like if this, do that, if this, do that kind of situation. If Lona Kavanaugh wins, he beats Brandon Royval. I think a Kape versus Kavanaugh on the same card as Pantoja and Van, if you can, or something, or you give them a flyweight fight night main event, something like that. But if Royval wins, like we just saw that fight, I might just have Kape sit out, like you're fighting for the title.
That was going to be my thing. So
just have him sit.
I like the idea of him sitting, like, because I wasn't sure that that Pantoja was going to be good to go. So my whole thing for Kape is title shot, whether it was now or wait a few months.
Okay. I think him and Kavanaugh would be pretty damn good if they get to fight each other still.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
My thing for him is if he had gotten the decision over Muhammad Mokaev, which I and a majority of media people, including you, I think, thought he should have, he'd be on a 9-fight win streak right now. It sucks to put him in a position where he might just stumble and not get the title shot that he really, really deserves at this point.
Yeah. Imagine if the UFC didn't get rid of Mokaev, like add that guy's name into the division. And I know that fight was terrible and everything, but add that name to the division too. Like listen, Garrett Clemens is talking shit about the flyweights and like that. Like that's nuts, dude. Like it's and
Garrett is having a little bit of
sure.
Yeah.
And I understand it doesn't have the depth. Like you're never going to have the depth. Just the field of people that they can make 125 pounds. Well, one thing you could is Kape can make weight suddenly, and that he's gone over that problem pretty easily recently. But I understand like you don't get that kind of depth, but the top of that division is as good as any division, and if not better. It's plain and simple. When was the last time you saw a boring flyweight fight?
It's been a while.
Or let's say, how about this? A boring like top flyweight fight. Was it Kape and Mokaev?
Probably Kape and Mokaev was the last top 10 flyweight fight that was not a banger.
What was that? 2 years ago?
Yep. July 2024. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Before that, in the co-main event, the people's main event, everyone's favorite fighter, Iwan Cutelaba took on Navajo Sterling. Big step up for Sterling, and he got the biggest win of his career, winning by second round TKO. Do you feel better about Sterling from what you saw, or is it just I
do feel better about. I do feel better about Sterling because here's the thing: that was the most Iwan Cutelaba fight ever. He right up until the end was fighting as well as he has in the UFC in a couple of years. He was calm. He was wrestling. He was choosing his shots with his punches. Like, I'm not saying he was perfect, but he put himself in a position to use his best abilities. Like, he was doing the Iwan Kutalaba thing where he is so strong that you can sprawl properly and he's still going to just hoist you and dump you. Methodical on the ground. Like, he made a wrong turn at the end, but he came close to having Sterling in serious trouble with that Kimura. Like, he looked really good. And then it's almost like he was in a submarine and just opened the door while it was underwater. Just like, no, I was taking notes, and he was in a good position against the fence. It was kind of a 50-50 thing. Yeah. I look up and he's sitting on the ground, and I was like, I assumed he either got like kneed in the nuts or Sterling had like landed something inside that had just zapped him. Yeah. But no, he just quit. I ran it back. I hit the back 10 seconds thing.
Yeah.
He is the most frustrating fighter.
Yeah. Why I feel good about Sterling, and it comes down to one skill I saw. I've talked about this a gazillion times on our shows. If you don't come from a wrestling background, I need to see one of two things: either good takedown defense or a good get-up game.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me good get-up game. Kutalaba was taking him down, and he was hip heisting out, working his way back up. I'm like, that'll go places. So that's why I'm like, that's really good. Now, I see people. Kutalaba has moments. There's still some things. I mean, besides the very we'll pause on the very end. There's one thing I hated is when he was like playing possum like twice in the first round in a very close round, and I'm like, dude,
he has literally lost a fight by doing that. He has lost a fight by TKO by playing possum and tricking the ref into thinking he was knocked out. Why would you keep doing that? That's on my seriously list. To say that you have the worst fight IQ in a division that had Johnny Walker in it, in a division that had Yuri Prohaska make it all the way to a title, to say that you are the dumbest fighter in that division is saying a hell of a lot. But Iwan Kutalaba gets the little gold star.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Now, like Sterling, like it was a big step up in competition. So, I mean, this was a big step up. I mean, say what you want. Like, Kutalaba is, you beat Kutalaba, that's a quality win, and that he can beat himself, but it's a quality win. There's definitely still some major holes in his game, but to me, he looks like he's improving. He's got 2 stoppages in a row. So I'm believing Sterling, and it's a very winnable division right now. You know, you think about the top guys in the division. Like, I was looking at matchups for him, and I was like, man, like, I want him to get a step up in competition, but like, what I feel like is like a little step up in Iwan Kutalaba, and I'm like, dude, he's facing like top 5 guys. Like that's what a step up from Iwan Kutalaba is. It's pretty ugly. Now, talking about Kutalaba, you hit it out of the park. Like, he quit. He went. It was a close first round. It was. Sterling was starting to win the second round. He got a position where he's going to go for a takedown. He hits that takedown. He's got bar. He's going to hit the takedown, and thinking, I'm going to be on top. I'm going to win the round. And then suddenly, as soon as they hit the ground, Sterling hip heights his hips out, and Kutalaba just literally sat down and was like, "Fuck it," and he sat himself on the bench and like moped, just like, all right, and finish me.
I'm going to quote my boss and yours, Sherdog editor-in-chief Mike Fridley, because in the Slack, because I was asking, looking up from my notes, what the hell happened? Did he get fouled? Did he get knocked out? Did he just quit? I'm like, why did he quit? He was doing okay. And Mike Fridley goes, Iwan Kutalaba was looking at the ref the way my dogs stare at me when they have to poop. Like, just please do something. Save me.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Sterling?
I'm giving him Dominic Reyes. It is a restaurant quality name.
Sure.
That if he can definitely present a challenge, because he's a guy he could wrestle Sterling if he wanted to. He hits super hard, but if Sterling fights up to his best potential, he beats Reyes, and then he really is he has to have a top 5 guy in his next fight. Like,
yeah, and Reyes has like similar frame than them. They're both like bigger, long arm kind of guys. I'd say Sterling is probably more technically sound, while Reyes is the more like knockout guy and everything.
Even now, Reyes is still like a hell of an athlete.
Yeah. I don't buy that matchup. The name I had was Volkan Oezdemir. I put it as like a co-main event. of a fight night, but I like the Reyes fight. Like that's cool.
Can I throw one thing out that I like about Sterling before we move on? And I mentioned it on the preview, and then he did it again in this fight. If you know that your own takedown defense is iffy or it's going to be tested, the fact that he shoots first a lot of the time, like, that's really smart. Even if you don't actually want the fight to go to the ground, he has stopped whatever the other guy was planning on doing. Like, it's such a smart thing to do.
Yeah, this is a kid that my son wrestles a lot. This kid's got, I mean, he's spectacular wrestler. These spectacular takedowns. I'll tell my son, I'll like, dude, just go after him and like shoot so he doesn't get shoot. My son's not like, if he misses a shot, he's actually pretty good at like elbow control and swords dragging out or peek outs and different things. Like, he's really good in that position. But like, this kid shoot on your legs is like, it's hard. This kid explodes. I'm like, don't give him a chance to shoot. Like, so yeah, I actually do like that about Sterling. Yeah. Before that, one of the most interesting matchups on paper, Christian Rodriguez took on Haider Emil. It was not an interesting fight in the cage. I mean, it was a shellacking. Christian Rodriguez looked spectacular tonight. I mean, he was on the feet. He's not really known for his striking. He's known for his wrestling, kind of mixing it. He was landing his right hand over and over again.
He Robert Whittakered him through like the right hand and then the high kick right behind it and just iced a very, very good striker.
The high kick to the guillotine was like, it was one of those, like, you know what it felt like? It wasn't to the same extent, but it had the Alexa Grasso, Macy Barber feel to it, where it's like you got knocked out and choked out. Like, I understand, like, he wasn't completely knocked out, like he like bounced off the. But he was like a basketball. It was like a bounce ball got bounced and suddenly was in a chokehold.
Yep. And
I was just like, that was incredible performance, Rodriguez. I'm like, I don't know what to say about it. Like, kind of like this guy, kind of like him moving forward. Like, that's an extremely tough division. Like, cracking the top 10 and something like that is super hard, but damn, dude.
All right, so we have a new level of knocked out. Mr. C and the informality, dead fish in the bottom of your boat, knocked out. Actually, I don't know that. We need the man Dev goes fishing. Dev is all about clubbing trout.
Yeah,
I can picture just a.
I brought my son fishing like a week ago. I think I said it on the air, didn't I? Did I say it on the air that I brought my son fishing? Maybe I should have. So it was last week. It was before the White House card. Right? Yeah, it was before the White House card. Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. It was definitely a Sunday. I know that. So there's a pond right down Tioga Lake, I should say. It's not a pond, it's a lake. It's pretty big. Right down the street. But there's this one spot where all the cars pull over. You see everyone fishing there. And this guy, his name's John. He has this fantastic like charity thing that he does where it's called Keep Kids Fishing. And it's just this like 50-year-old guy, 60-year-old guy who like gets money and buys fishing poles and bait, and he hangs out on a Sunday for like, I don't know, from like 9 a.m. until like 3 p.m. And if you come by, you bring your kid there, you don't have to know jack shit about fishing like me. I barely know anything about fishing. He'll show him how to and use all his bait, use all his lures. He gives kids fishing poles when they're all done. Like, you fishing, he's like, no, that's for you. You take it.
That's so cool.
And he does it every single week. And he's showing the kids how to use a bait, and he's telling the kids different things. And you get your fishing line, all tangled up. He shows you how to untangle it. Like, it's freaking awesome. And I'm like, and the guy's been doing it for like, I've been here for 17 years. He's been doing it at least for like 17 years. I'm like, this guy's freaking awesome. And you have a little donation bucket, and you throw money into it if you want. But the funny thing is, all his sponsors are like local businesses, like the local restaurant, like local. It's none, like all the big fishing companies have completely shafted this guy. Like, they haven't donated fishing poles, nothing. Like, shame on you guys.
Like, seriously, like at worst for the publicity, it'd be like,
well, the publicity, like, exactly.
Yeah, a few $1,000 worth of fishing poles. Like, hell, give them your scratch and dents, and get Yeah, get just some awesome publicity.
Yeah. The funny thing is, if you're, I don't even know a fishing company, but if you're some fishing company and you donate a fishing company, you donate 20 fishing poles to this guy, and he gives them out to 9-year-old kids. Well, if those 9-year-old kids grow up to be fishermen the rest of their life, guess what? They're buying your shit forever. You got yourself a customer by donating one fishing pole to this kid. But anyways, shout out to John in the fishing. But anyways, I take pictures of my son and we send it to like one of the wrestling coaches that is like super deficient. And I always like talk shit. My son said he's a better fisherman than you. So people are talking about softball. I don't know how I'll get this into the show, but I'll throw it out there. So as you can tell, my sunburn everywhere. I was at softball all day today and yesterday. My daughter's team went 2-0-1 in pool play, and the one we're in the final inning, up 9-0. Wait, with 2 outs in the inning, and blew a 9-0 lead.
So Kyoji Horiguchi.
With 1 out left, we gave up 9 runs. Anyways,
other team is just punching them right under the armpit.
Oh my
Manel copping them.
Not my daughter's fault. She played for that. She went 4 for 4. She had a double, a triple, 2 stolen bases. She played great, but it's really nobody's fault. A couple walks, couple blue pins. Just anyways, frustrating. Then we almost blew a 5-0 lead in the same thing. The last game we played, which I almost want to skip to. I almost want to skip to the Andre Fili fight. It feels like it fits that, but before that, Melsik Bagdasaryan welcomed UFC newcomer Murtazali Magomedov, with Magomedov winning by first round submission.
Yeah, welcomed him to the UFC the way my Ring camera welcomes people to my house. Like it's there, but it doesn't slow them down.
Use your mind doesn't freaking work. My wife texted me like, "Hey, when are you gonna be home?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I've been home for a half hour." "Oh, I didn't see you on the Ring camera." "Well, I walked to the door." Like, and we just. Oh, actually, I have Blink, so maybe Ring should sponsor my Blink camera. If someone send this to Ring and they get a sponsor, they can talk shit about Blink. Magomedov pulled off a modified twister.
So I was listening. I was listening to the Spanish commentary track all night tonight, and they called it a Mexican twister. Ooh. I don't know if okay. I had never heard that term before, so I like went and flipped over to the English one to see if they were calling it like a Scottish twister or a reverse twister or what. But yeah, I had never seen that before.
You know what we should do? Like, there's been moves named after Mexico and different. Like, we should like instead of calling them like Mexican twister, like let's just give it to like the most obscure country and call it that. Like, I can't do the freaking Uruguay twister or something.
Yeah. The French Guyana twister. Yeah, the Andorran twister.
How about Cape Verde? After
Cape Verdean,
after they went with a tie with number 1 team in the world, Spain. Which, by the way, where I live is a huge Cape Verdean population. So most people don't even know what Cape Verde is, and not where I live. I should say where I used to, or where I work and where I used to live in these provinces. Was a very big Cape Verdean population. But what the hell are we talking about? They said number 1 team in the world, Spain. What the hell are you talking about? Number 1 team in the world is America. 2-0 in the World Cup. Thank you very much. I'm torn how I feel about this. Now, I'm watching this twister, the Tanzanian twister. That's actually pretty good. That actually feels like it should work. I'm watching this, and he's in this position, and I go, he has the body lock. I'm like, what is he doing? He's like turning him on top of him. I'm like, what is he doing? And I was like, dude, do we have like some guy do we have some guy throwing the fight right now? Like, what the hell is going on? And next minute, the guy's tapping out. Like, I never seen anything like that before.
It looked like a pro wrestling finisher. Like, what a move. Like, I'm seriously going to go to my privates this week, and we're going to watch that back and like figure out how he did that. I seriously, I can't wait.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to pause on this fight. I want to address something.
Mr. C.
Mr. C. I can't do the rest of it. Mr. C said, I never played. That's true. And I don't know all the rules. That is true. But I've watched my son play soccer games. I did watch both U.S. World Cup games so far. So I might not be a soccer fan, but I am a fan of the greatest country in the world. And I saw someone tweet, and I thought this was hilarious. They said, it said any team, this is the new rule for the World Cup, any team that loses to America must call football soccer until the next World Cup. That's pretty funny. So Uruguay and Australia must call it soccer from now on, at least for another 4 years.
I love it.
Submitting
and Uruguay's got to be so salty. They go home, and it's not like they're good at anything else. Have to go home and just be salty at losing to America at like America's least favorite team sport for the next 4 years.
Yeah,
I love it.
You know what's funny thing about was it Uruguay or Paraguay? Which one did they play? Uruguay, right?
I can't remember.
Okay, I can't remember either. And that's the funny thing is, I'll go years like forgetting Uruguay exists. And
okay. It was Paraguay.
Paraguay. There you go. You know the funny thing, Narrative Nation UFC. I don't know the difference. Oh, Matthew Chalk said Paraguay too. Sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah, I mean they're the only two landlocked countries in South America. They both end with Guay.
Okay,
like
they're both in South America. Do they touch each other?
They don't. But they're the only two. They're the only two landlocked countries in South America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gary Clemens doesn't know where Paraguay is either, but it's in South America.
In the middle. Right. In the middle.
Okay.
And it doesn't help that Uruguay's flag looks almost exactly like Argentina's.
Okay. And the next question I have is, and where's South America?
Well, it's south of us.
Okay. Okay. Somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Submitting Melsig back to Siren like that doesn't do anything for me because I mean we've all seen that happen a bunch of times.
Yep.
But this guy's undefeated. Obviously, absolutely brilliant submission. Does it make you more excited to see this guy? Are you like a believer in this guy? Like what's?
Yeah, it's always hard to say somebody coming into the 145-pound division is a future contender. Just you literally have to win 6 or 7 fights in a row just to get a top 10 type matchup. So, sure. But he looks as much like the real deal as anybody I can think of who arrived in this division since Ilia Topuria. And I'm not saying he's the next Ilia Topuria, but I'm saying Topuria is the last guy I can remember coming to the division, and within 3 or 4 fights, it was like, okay, this guy's something special.
Yeah, but you know what? Topuria, in fairness, Topuria's been fraud checked. That's what I read all over Twitter all week. He was never good. He was never good. My goodness. He's a fraud.
Right?
Guys. Right?
Yep. He sure is.
He loses one fight where he almost knocked the guy out in the second round, and he's a fraud. He knocked out Alex Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira back-to-back fights.
We are the most overreacting fan base of any sport. Anybody who loses was fraud checked and is overrated. Any fight that ends controversially, it was a cheater versus a quitter. Like there's never any middle ground. It's like, oh my goodness, folks.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. I agree. Like for him, I was thinking about this today. Like obviously today, like after the fight, I was thinking about this. I was like, how many wins would this guy have to get in a row? Like you said, 6 to get a top 10 matchup. How many would he have to win in a row to get a title shot? 9, 10.
9, 10.
But I'm saying, yeah, but you know what? He might have cut off 2 or 3 just with this one. Like he's got that like you're playing a board game, you have this follow this. He just like hit the chutes and ladder. Like he took the ladder. Like he just or the chute, I should whatever gets you closer to the goal. Like he hit a Mario Brothers warp zone. Like he skipped a couple with this.
Yes. Yeah, he definitely jumped the line a little bit. And for a pretty easy evening of work, there are obviously questions, but the thing you got to like about him coming in, he's well-rounded. There's no Conor McGregor like, oh, just wait until he fights a wrestler. Wait until no, he can wrestle, he can grapple, he can strike. It's just what's it going to look like when he fights somebody who's really, really good? That's the only question.
Sure. But I would say he did exactly what he needed to do against Pakistan, but no, he put on some style points on top of that. Yeah. Before that, Vinicius Alivera moved up in weight to take on Andre Fili in an absolute insane fight. I want to get to the finish. I'm not saying this is the reason why the fight ended, but it was big controversy when Vinicius Alivera was dropping bombs on Andre Fili. At one point, Andre Fili kind of crumbles down. And Alivera, not only does he elbow him in the back of the head, but this time's like, honestly, I know the big one this week is Ciryl Gane landing a lot of illegal strikes on Alex Pereira, but like scrambling, Alex is down. It's kind of hard to see. Like, no, this was one of the easiest ones to see. Like, Andre Fili's down. Alivera's like, what's this? Like from the standing position, it like is even easier to see that on the ground. He's like, hey, what's this? Bam. To the point where he's bleeding from the back of the head. Herb Dean, dude. Like,
Herb.
What the fuck, Herb Dean? He's so bad. Yeah, I'm not saying this is why Alivera won. Like, he looked like he was going to finish him anyways. But.
No. Well, so it shortchanges Alivera and Fili. That's the problem with poor refereeing.
Right.
It costs the winning fighter as well, because we're going to remember this every time, and we're going to have to remind ourselves, you know what? He was going to win 10 seconds later anyway, probably.
Yeah.
It is, but no, it hurts everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Narrative Nation UFC.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, it's like when you go to like Home Depot and you buy like a nice appliance, so then you go to like check on the like, so that that's they offer with Herb Dean refs.
Yeah.
Absolute insane fight. Alivera is never going to be champion. He's not technically enough. He's definitely does not have style. But one thing I will say, I feel a little bit better about him moving forward, even though like everything I see you watch is like, dude, this guy's style is crazy. He telegraphs his punches, he loads up everything. I wasn't sure if he had a dog in him, and I saw it. He doesn't have a dog. He's got a whole freaking dog pounding him. He's got the whole freaking he's got the whole like adoption company there, just trying to get rid of dogs. He's got too many dogs. He gets like the dead leg situation, and then he got crushed with a body shot to where he like leans over and you can see his facial like, oh fuck. To recover from that and get a brutal, awesome knockout, I'm a fan, brother. Like, I feel way better picking you moving forward.
He's the man. I mean, I should have kind of underscored this a little more on the preview, but this was him moving up to 145 after his first loss at 135. He was shorter than Fili, but Fili's a tall, rangy featherweight, but I don't think size is going to be a problem for him. So,
but
full speed ahead.
Obviously, if we ever talk on the preview show and don't have a weight class correct, or know that the last fight was at a certain weight class or something like that, we are the casuals. I mean, we do it like a 2.5 hour preview show, but we are casuals. If God forbid one of us says any information wrong ever, or doesn't give all the information. What I loved about Oliver, and when you think of Oliver, you don't think of like smart, you don't think like high fight IQ or anything like that.
No,
but he showed that. He showed that because he was kind of coming out a little for his standard, not for other people's standard, but for like his standard, he was like setting a pace, and again, much higher pace than everybody else. But and then he was like, "Oh no, like I'm going to get into the pocket and like brawl." And it was brilliant for two reasons. One, it was forced Feely on his back foot. But more than anything, he got past the kicking range. It was the kicks that was killing him. He got in the kicking range, was in Feely's face and just unloading big shots. And he went back to that brawling berserker guy. And it was awesome for him.
No, he reminds me, it's like a little featherweight Vanderlei Silva, where he's a maniac, but there is a little bit of subtlety and strategy. Like Vanderlei knew what he wanted to do. He just went and did it real hard,
Wow.
But
but you gotta remember Vanderlei's strategy. It was never like, punch him in the body and then sidestep. No, Vanderlei's what he wanted to do was like absolutely murder you and your entire family. Like that's what Vanderlei wanted to do.
Yep.
Murder every single person you've ever met just because you signed a contract to fight him.
Beautiful.
Moving up to 145, I feel better about him.
Absolutely.
Like, just not having the weight cut. I mean, his cardio looked good. I mean, he's throwing bombs late in the fight, and
those same body shots probably would have finished 135-pound Alivera. It's always the guys that cut the most weight that you just see him die from getting their liver touched.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He hits there. He probably shits himself right in the middle of the cage.
Yeah. Or just starts peeing actual gravel as like every alcoholic drink he's ever drunk just comes out of his bladder. Like, yeah.
He's getting carried out. He's getting carried out of the cage by Gilbert Burns. What are we doing with Alivera? I'm excited about him in the division.
We could just throw him against C-Rod. They're both featherweights. They both fought tonight. It's a hell of a fight. It's roughly appropriate to where they are. If you don't want to do that, if you think Rodriguez deserves something higher, Jose Delgado and Austin Bashi are fighting in like 3 or 4 weeks. I'd give them like the winner of that.
I'm going with the main card of a numbered card, just because how exciting it is.
Okay.
Main card of like one numbered big one, UFC 334 or something. Opening card of the main card. And I'm putting him against Du Ho Choi.
Oh my goodness. That's a hell of a fight right there, dude.
How fucking nuts would that be? Like, I want to see these guys fight right now.
Yeah, like that. You pencil that into at least the short list for fight of the year right now.
Yeah. That'd just be nuts. And like, honestly, like one's from Brazil. Oh no, right? Yeah, Alivera's Brazilian. And
he's Brazilian.
It's
Korean.
Yeah. And the other one's Korea. And they don't have to be international. Like you put those two guys fighting, put it anywhere you want, and people are gonna be super excited. You put that in, I don't know, Denver, but people are excited. Throw that in Winnipeg, people are excited. They throw that anywhere. Throw it in Paraguay. People are excited. So before that, I want to say the biggest surprise. Andre Lima took on Kevin Boras, with Boras winning by unanimous decision. First, we got to mention that Boras missed weight. I know some big controversy about that. People saying, "Oh, he missed weight, so he wouldn't gas. He wouldn't gas out." And the other thing that people say he wouldn't gas out is a groin shot. He got kicked in the nuts, had the entire 5 minutes. I was surprised he came out.
Yeah.
Now, I saw tons of people on Twitter, and again, take Twitter for what it's worth, saying, "Oh, he faked it. He was taking the whole 5 minutes so he can recover." And
he's entitled to the entire 5 minutes. Every fighter should take the entire 5 minutes if they think it's to their advantage.
Yeah. And if it's the opposite, where you have the big cardio advantage, I'm probably trying to get back. Like, all right, my ball stop hurting. I'm okay. Let's go. But if I'm sucking wind and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm tired and I won the first round, but I don't want to lose the second round, or I'm gassing. I'm taking the whole 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when we start, the first thing I do, my mouthpiece falls out, or my contact lens fell out or some shit.
My corner spills some ice into the cage.
That's my favorite. That is an all timer. That is I like the cornerman, or the getting attention of somebody, asking a question that you already know the answer to. Like I would do that in wrestling when my guys are really tired. I'd be like, yeah, can we check the score? Like I feel like the score's off. And I was like, I know my guy's freaking. And like, dude, it's 0-0. No one scored a point yet. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, can we just check? I think the time is off. We want to bounce. Like that's a Keith Shillan special right there. Andre Lima was the biggest favorite on the card. And let me ask you this. Was this good strategy by Boras or was this bad strategy by Lima? Like, did Boras win or did Lima lose?
I don't want to take too much away from Boras. Like, he looked good tonight in ways that can't just be explained by missing weight by a couple pounds. And it was a bad weight miss. He weighed in at, I think, 129. So, 3 pounds even over. It was a bad weight miss. But if he had gotten his ass kicked early and then pulled ahead late, I would have been like, okay, this is just because of the weight miss. But he frankly beat Lima pillar to post. He looked good tonight.
Yeah. And I mean, I know missing weight at 125 is 3 pounds at 125 is a big difference than like 3 pounds at 1.
Yeah, it's like missing by 5.5 pounds for a light heavyweight.
Yeah,
which William Knight has entered the chat.
I'm torn. I'm really torn because I'm not sure because I thought Boras' strategy was perfect. Run. Lima's the more skilled fighter. Yep. So right away, limit the amount of exchanges you can have. I said that in wrestling, coaching wrestling a million times. Like, if the guy's more skilled than you, we want to. You might not be able to beat this guy in a 6-minute match, but maybe you can beat him in a 2-minute match. So he limited the exchanges. He was running and running. I mean, shit, dude. If he ran that much before the fight, he probably would have made weight. But I mean, he was running and running, and then anytime he got trapped for a second, he would throw a 4-punch combination before Lima threw any shots back at him, and then as Lima's blocking it or eating some of them, before Lima could return, he'd be circling out again, and he did it for 15 minutes straight.
Yep.
And I go, this was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then on the flip side, I'm looking at Lima and he's stalking, and he's getting to the pocket and he's not letting his hands go. He's down 2 rounds to nothing in the third round. He's throwing a jab or he's throwing a teep kick. And I'm like, dude, let your shit go, dude. You get in the pocket and like, I'm going to get the pocket. I'm going to block. I could see early in the fight. You're not realizing he's going to keep escaping. You're expecting like some big exchanges and you're blocking early. But after the first round, there's no excuse anymore. Like, you know what he's going to do. And to do it for another 10 minutes, I'm like, this is one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a guy that everybody was high on.
It's his first loss. If he comes back next time and just thrashes a decent fighter, then we know there was just something weird this time. But it's definitely on him because he looked terrible tonight. Yeah, Boras looked good. Lima looked terrible.
Yeah, horrendous. But hey, huge upset. Before that, Bia Mosqueda took on Melissa Mullins. Mosqueda winning by first round. So I will say this: my man Ben almost called one of the biggest upsets of the year. I'm going to give it to you. Like, you take, what was the final line on her? Was she plus, what was she?
Like plus 450.
Okay. Huge.
Yeah, plus 450.
Yeah, plus 450. Yeah, you didn't get the actual result, right? But what you said would happen, you said she'd rock her on the feet a couple times. That happened. I'm giving my man Ben a win.
Well, and again, like I would love to have gotten the actual result, right? But
I mean, one of us actually picked first round submission,
good job. But
hey, listen, all it's going to take, I didn't get many right.
All it's going to take to beat Mosqueda is somebody with better reach than her, which is literally every other woman in the division that can move laterally, shuck off the clinch, and then the discipline to do that for 3 straight rounds. Mullins was onto it. hurt Mosquita and made the mistake of chasing her to the ground, and she got what she got.
I understand when she first fell. I understand that the first initial, but there was a time where it's like, oh shit, I'm not gonna get the finish now. Get the fuck out of there. And she just, and it wasn't like it was one of these like where you fell, then it like, all right, you kind of stopped, and it was like 15 seconds. Like there was a long time when she was on it, and not that long. It was about 30 seconds, something like that. But that's 30 seconds too long.
Yep.
Put it back on the feet. Get back up. I'm gonna knock your ass down again. I'm gonna keep doing it until you freaking get knocked out. It's like she had all the physical tools to win, except for one. She didn't have the brain. She had the arm, she had the muscles, she had everything. And then she just made a dumb ass mistake. But it also comes back to what does Millicent Mullins do a lot? She's a topside grappler herself. So that's like her comfortable position. Well, I was looking at I saw one of these. Never mind. I was gonna go down a rabbit hole that I didn't have to go down, especially not for this fight. That said, there's some things I like about Mosquita besides the submissions. I love how much her body has changed since she's come to UFC. She has clearly gotten in much better shape. I mean, she was jacked today.
Yes.
I was like,
peace, Garrett. Good night.
I'm like, dude, my man Ben must be going crazy because my man loves some biceps on the women.
I'm an arms guy. Yep.
I said he just.
I said before, like if Gabby Garcia is available and wants to smash, I'm asking my wife for the weekend pass.
The other thing about it, yes, she's going to get knocked out. She's definitely going to get knocked out soon. But the thing I kept saying to myself is, she's in the right division. You can have major flaws in this division and go extremely far.
It is the light heavyweight of women, where the top fighters are all flawed. They're all really good at a few things, and they all have obvious flaws. Yeah, you're totally right.
I did like our Ahani's Pasalis game in my head, like looking at our rankings, just going up our rankings. Like, stop me with who I'm going to pick to beat her. And I'm like, yeah, like this girl probably hurts her, but she'll knock her out. This girl probably hurts her, doesn't knock her out. This girl, okay, and then this girl like hurts her, but then she gets taken down and gets submitted. So I'm like, I think she's going to lose. I think she's going to make a huge mistake. Someone's going to hurt her bad. I can see like I don't know. I think like a Macy Chasson because she has the physical tools, but then I mean, who's got a worse IQ than Macy Chasson? But you get my point, like someone like that, like Yana Santos or something hurting her. I don't know. Girl's jacked though. I hope she continues to win. So before that, New England's own Mitch Reposa took on Alan Nascimento. Reposa winning by split decision. I will say this right now. I originally scored the fight 29-28 for Nascimento. And then I got into it. People said I was crazy. And I was kind of like doing things and I was watching. Then I rewatched the second round because I had one round I gave Reposa the first. I obviously gave Nascimento the third. I said, Reposa was backing off this and that. Then I rewatched it and I'm like, dude, I must have been high. Reposa clearly won the second round. What the hell was I thinking? Reposa is not going to make a lot of fans. Running, jabbing, Caitlin Chikagian style. But he beat a pretty damn good fighter that way.
Nascimento is a guy that he's not as good, but he's like a mini Charles Oliveira in that there is no safe place from him. Like if you have a momentary lapse, he can crush you on the feet or he can take your back and choke you out on the ground in an instant. So you're right. Yeah. And it's not going to make him any fans, but to stick and move was exactly what he needed to do. And he did it. And here's the thing I love about Reposa. This is why intangibles matter, because Reposa 2 fights ago, we were saying this guy's the best 0-3 fighter in the UFC. None of his losses are bad. And in his last fight against Azat Maksum, you could see him realize in real time that he was a UFC quality flyweight because the Maksum fight, He got spiked on his head in the first round, and by the third round, Maxum was getting docked a point for grabbing the fence like a toddler that doesn't want to leave Chuck E. Cheese. Like that's Reposa. And then here again, Reposa gets hurt, like flash dropped in the third round. Reposa a year ago, that fight's over.
Yeah, he looked like who's it, Andre Lima pulling the cage today 4 times and then you lose a point.
Yep.
One point they literally show the referee just staring at his hand, waiting for it, and he grabs it. He still didn't get it for him. Like,
yeah.
Next time, just don't let go. I actually think he like took Link out and like jabbed it into his opponent, and they still didn't take a point. I the big thing is Reposa's fast.
Yes,
and there was definitely a speed advantage, and then like Nascimento couldn't take him down, and Nascimento caught him in the third, and that what he can do. But man, Reposa, man, he's our hope. He's our hope. I mean, Alex Pereira let us down. He's the closest New Englander to a championship.
And he just moved up in the all-time best fighter from Fall River rankings. It was Tisha Torres / Pennington, Tom Lawler, and Mitch Reposa. I think Reposa has hopped Tom Lawler now, so he's number 2. Yeah,
he's over Lawler, and it's gonna be hard to catch up to Tisha.
Yeah.
But Tisha, I mean, like she's a fake, like fake Fall River. Like she moved to Denver and lived there for the longest time. But it's not often New England wins in MMA. We win all the other sports, thank you very much, but not often that we win in MMA. So next time, my man Mitch Reposa,
title town, except in MMA. Yes,
unless he's not squeezing like transfer Brazilians and. Tim Sylvia hasn't lived in Maine since like 1984. We're like, they're taking that championship.
Oh, I think of Mike Brown as being a Maine guy more than Tim Sylvia. Just he doesn't he just doesn't have a Maine nickname. Yeah,
Mike Brown lives in Florida. Like, we still count like Rocky Marciano and Brooklyn, and who's the other guy there? Who's the other guy from Brooklyn from the 80s during Sugar? He was in that like foursome with Sugar Ray Leonard and
Marvin Hagler.
Yeah. He's from New England. He's from Brockton. Before that, we had Michael Aswell Jr. take on Gaston Balonis in another massive upset. Balonis won by split decision. No, was he split or unanimous? I think it was split here.
It was unanimous.
Unanimous. I'm sorry, I wrote down split.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to make 2 statements. Tell me if you disagree with either one.
Okay.
Statement number 1. Really fun fight.
Agreed.
Statement number 2. Both these guys still really suck.
You know, it's hard for me to say that because there's every chance that I'm going to run into Daniel Pineda at a Waffle House and he's going to know I said that about his man and I'm going to die. But I will say this: at this point in his development, Michael Aswell is not a UFC quality featherweight. Like, skip to the cut list. Michael Aswell's on my cut list.
No. Yeah, he looked bad. He has some offensive skills. Yeah, the problem is he has a lot of defensive flaws. I mean, first, like. He doesn't tuck his chin. It's surprising he throws so many arm punches. It's surprising he has power because he does have power.
Yeah,
but he throws arm punches. I'm like, it's weird. Like he has that, which means I'm like, dude, if he actually like sat himself, stepped into his shots, like he could probably crack people. But I mean, Balonis was just changing things up, throwing kicks, mixing it up, going high and going low, and Aswell just got to the pocket, throw the same combination over and over again. Well, the sad thing, he got land in the right hand. Like Balonis is so bad that like he's still getting caught with the same right hand, almost getting knocked down on the third, like lose. But then we have a fight. Like I had a 2-1 Balonis, but like there's some people would have gave Aswell the first round because he started off like the first half of the first round was all Aswell, the second half was all Balonis.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it could be 1-1. And then he throws like a rolling thunder at the end of the third. I'm like, because he's Gaston Balonis. Like, even a fight that he's winning, he tried to lose.
Yep.
I don't know. Anything else you want to say about this fight?
Just by losing to Bolaños, Michael Aswell gets the lineal title of 5th best featherweight in Bellator. Because Bolaños was always about the 4th best, and he just beat him. Yeah. So that's about it.
He just lost. He just got a main event in Thackerville. All right, this is the point of the show where we take a break from very brief break, and we talk about ourselves. This is everyone's favorite part of the show called the Know Your Host. Ben, you don't know what the question is today.
I don't.
So I saw this video online, and I always kind of like these videos where someone gets asked a question and it's like winner stays on kind of thing, like almost like pickup basketball. So I'm going to give you a couple options. I'll let you pick the category. This is going to be completely Ben. I'm going to ask you the questions, and whatever you say stays on. I might tell you I disagree, but whatever you say will continue to be the champion.
All right.
So we could do. And this is straight from all my things came straight from ChatGPT, which needs to be a sponsor of our show because I use ChatGPT. Dude, I don't do anything without ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT. Ben, I'm not lying. I'm that guy that when they say like AI is dangerous, that's me. Like I'm that guy. I use ChatGPT 45 times a day. All right. Do you want to do music? Do you want to do movies? Or I'm just gonna leave it to those two.
Let's do movies.
Okay. We're gonna do movies. The theme is I gotta find it because there's a whole bunch of they gave me like ChatGPT gave me like 900 categories. The theme is, and people can answer it too. The theme is going to be sports movies. So these are just, and this is not, I didn't pick them. I didn't pick the order. This is straight reading off ChatGPT. But I'll tell you right now, there's some bangers.
Okay.
Better sports movie. Now, you don't have to say greatest because I think we're going to go straight your favorite.
Okay.
Sometimes it's greater than the favorite. We're going with some two heavy hitters right off the bat. I'm going to put the whole franchise together.
All right.
The Rocky franchise, not counting the Creed, just Rocky, Sylvester Stallone's main character.
All right.
Rocky movies or Raging Bull, going back in time. I know Rocky won a Academy Award. I'm not sure about Raging Bull, but it may have. It's up there for the all-time favorite movies and stuff. And chat, throw in the answer what you like better, Rocky or Raging Bull.
I'll take the Rocky franchise. I mean, Raging Bull is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's the movie that taught us, okay, Scorsese is the best director in the world. Having said that,
we got to get into that, but all right.
Well, no, for the people who think that, like that's that's where it's like this is when he started to be, fair enough.
He's pretty damn good though.
But gun to my head to never watch Raging Bull again, or even just the first 4 Rocky movies. Let me keep the Rocky movies.
Yeah. Like when you put them all together.
Yeah.
All right, without Rocky, we'll move on. But pick what's your favorite one.
Honestly, the 4th one. And here's why: it's not the greatest. Like it had already become cheesy self-parody by that point. But 100%. The soundtrack is just banging. It's got 80s. Like 3 Survivor songs on it. The plot is complete cheese. The end is complete cheese. But I actually like in writing an article after UFC Freedom 250. I was like, it was like Rocky 4 in reverse, where these dudes were sparking Americans and just being gracious guests, and the American crowd was showing them love. Like,
yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, Rocky 1 obviously is like Rocky 1 is like a film. Well, the rest of them are movies. Like the first, the first one, it feels like a 70s movie. It's the same as if you watch Taxi Driver expecting an action movie. It's a 70s movie with some action at the end. Like that. I showed the Rockies. My middle daughter watched all of them, but my oldest daughter didn't like. She's like, "That's so boring." Like, but it was. She was also like 12 or something. She gave it too soon. But Rocky 3 has my favorite character. Like Apollo, not Apollo.
Clubber Lang.
He's my favorite character. Rocky 4 is just like it's over the top cheesy, but so good.
It's got
I
Brigitte
agree
Nielsen
with
at her peak hotness. I mean,
yeah, I yes, that's true too. I agree. And honestly, I thought Raging Bull was kind of boring. All right. Rocky. So Rocky moves on.
okay.
Rocky or Field of Dreams?
I'm keeping Rocky. I loved Field of Dreams, and I try not to be this guy because I know it makes me annoying, but the book was better.
Okay.
But anyway,
that is annoying. That is
that is annoying. That's why I don't do it very often.
I agree. I agree with Rocky. And guys, sorry if you haven't seen any of these. There's going to be spoilers. Like the youngest movie here is probably like 25 years old. So, I think Field of Dreams has like 2 or 3 good scenes. The rest of it kind of boring. I think
Honestly,
thing.
My favorite parts of Field of Dreams are like a few one-liners and then like the long monologues where like Burt Lancaster is talking about like his one at bat that he wanted to get in the major leagues. Like,
yeah. The kid
yeah.
falling down, he comes out and saves them.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So Rocky moves on. This is a tough one. Rocky or Remember the Titans?
Rocky, I didn't love Remember the Titans that much. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Oh, that's because you're racist.
That is exactly why. I just could not stand to see that like affluent Virginia suburb like come together in ethnic harmony for 15 minutes. Just to burn me up.
There's some scenes in Remember the Titans that to me are like iconic. Some like like Denzel Washington yelling at people and stuff. Some really good. What ruined Remember the Titans? It's a really good movie. But what ruined Remember the Titans is I like looked into the real story, and if you give like the break like true stories like 1 through 10, it's like a -2. From my understanding, first of all, they weren't the only schools in that district to have a white school and black school to come together. There was many, and also they were literally the top white school combining with the top black school. Everybody knew they were going to roll everybody, and it's like
that wouldn't make much of a movie.
When they're like, "Oh, if you give up a touchdown, you'll get fired." They're like, "Yeah, because you're not supposed to, because you're that loaded." Like this. So, all right. So I agree. Rocky beats it, but I think I see a lot of people throwing in Remember the Titans, so we might be.
It might be a generational thing too.
It might be. Like, we're a little older.
Yeah.
Which is why we're going real old. I bet you half our chat has not seen this next movie. I know Ben has. This is a tough one for me. Rocky or Hoosiers?
Hoosiers. My favorite sports movie.
Wow, Ben's going
it's my favorite sports movie that's like not well, I mean, except for Vision Quest, because Vision Quest is wrestling. But like Hoosiers is my favorite like
Hoosiers is
sport movie.
Good. The Hoosiers is the first like underdog. Like we've seen the Hoosier movie in every single sport, but it was the original.
Yeah. And again, the original, like the actual story, not quite as impressive. Like the actual story, yes, they were this tiny little school, but they'd come in third in the state the year before. They were not this chump school out of nowhere. This, bringing this like nearsighted 4'11" kid in because they only have 6 players. Like they were still pretty good. Yeah,
it's like this. It's like we have this wrestler. We always make this joke. He went from JV to New England champion in 1 year. And it's like, well, that's if you don't tell the whole story. Tell you that he went to like the all-time school where he was stuck behind he was like second best in the state, but the state champion was on the same team, and he couldn't crack the ladder because that weight class, he's the lowest weight class, and the weight class above was also 2 state champions above him. So then a year later, when he cracks varsity, he becomes New England champion, and they're like, "Oh, JV to New England champion." It's like, yeah, it's not the whole story. Like he probably was like third in New England anyways the year before. I actually probably went with Rocky. That's a close one. So you said it's your favorite movie, so we probably should just stop.
My favorite sports movie, yeah.
Yeah, all the rest of sports movies.
Yeah, it's going to knock the others off. I'm curious as to what the others are.
The others were, all right, I'll read you the other ones. Tell me if anyone would even been a consideration. Moneyball, Sandlot, any given
I'll let you know
Sunday.
if any of these beat Rocky for a second.
Okay, fair enough. Moneyball, Sandlot.
No.
Any Given Sunday.
No.
Miracle.
Is that the one about the hockey team?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Dude, we are so different. That was my number one. I love that movie because it's actually like the closest like true story, and I love that movie.
And I mean, the real story is incredible. Like, you know.
Yeah, of course. All right, The Wrestler, Creed, so the Creed series, Cinderella Man, and the last one. I know you wouldn't put it over, but this is actually, in my opinion, of everyone on the list, this is one of the most underrated movies on the list. It doesn't get enough credit, and people should watch this movie. We Are Marshall. I love We Are Marshall.
Is it going to break my heart?
Oh, you never seen We Are Marshall?
I know the actual story. That's why I avoided the movie. I'm like, dude, I can't do this.
It's wicked good. And they have one scene. Just what you could just go to YouTube and watch it. Just put like Bobby Bowden scene when Bobby Bowden was coaching at West Virginia.
Yeah.
And like just makes Bobby Bowden the absolute man. Like the man. Some people throwing out some of their favorites. Rudy, that's a great one. That's my dad's favorite movie. Also kind of fake movie. All right, so there you guys have it. That's your Know Your Host. I actually kind of had fun with these. I asked ChatGPT to give us a bunch, and there is, I got horror movies, I got best pizzas, best sports dynasties. I was gonna do like lead singers, but then like Ben would pick like some freaking lead singer, some band we never heard of.
I totally would. I'm that annoying hipster. It would be terrible.
Yeah, like, oh, cool,
like,
man.
I know myself well enough. It's why I'm like, yeah, let's do movies.
Yeah, he picked the lead singer, Red Grange Daughter. Like, oh, cool, man. cool. Picked him over Mick Jagger. Nice. All right, let's move on. Before Bastonis and the epic Bastonis versus Aswell fight, we had Edmund Shabazian's older brother, Leon Shabazian, taking on Levon Shockley. Shockley winning by first round TKO in only 23 seconds. And the only question I have, Ben, when I watch these two guys fight each other is why did it take so long?
Yeah, it's not often that a 23-second fight feels like one fighter carrying the other, but like Shabazian wanted to die after the first time Shockley touched him. Like that first calf kick in Shabazian's, like you could tell he wanted to like melt into the corner.
Yeah, he kicked him, and it looked like when you see like a bully, like the bully videos, you're like, oh man, I wish I'd see that and smash that kid. Like that's what it looked like. Like he kicked him, and it's like, oh, and it was just like right away he's like, I ain't on this level.
Nope.
And then got smashed with hands right after it. I'm not cutting Shabazian. I usually do that, like give him 2 chances.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty.
What welterweight are you gonna give him?
Like, I don't know, Kamaru Usman. I don't know. Yeah, dude, honestly, Alex Moreno right now.
Alex wants another fight. Come on.
Yeah, Alex smashes him right now. Like honestly, you want to give Alex one more fight as a retirement fight in Houston? There you go.
Yeah,
but he'll win. Before that, the second highest ranked fight on the card is the second fight of the night as Carol Hossa took on Luana Santos. I complained that this should have been the co-main event. I complained. I knew it was probably not going to be an exciting fight. I sent a tweet saying, guys, this should be the co-main event or something like that to that extent. And it was worse than I thought it was going to be. This was an absolute snoozer.
It was terrible.
The only thing that was worse than the fight was Hossa's ability to get off the ground.
She looked so bad. Like we knew Hossa's limitations. Oh, Pierce, you're killing me, man. We knew Hossa's limitations coming in, but one of those limitations was not just lying flat on her back with both of her shoulder blades touching the mat for literally 45 and 60 seconds at a time. I don't know if she was gassed, if she was hurt, if she just didn't give a shit, but that's as bad as she has looked since her fight with her fight where 41-year-old Sarah McMahon took her down like 300 times. Like that's the worst Hosa's looked in like 5 years. It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, she looked like a turtle turned upside down on her back. It was terrible. Like
it was a Greg Hardy ground game. Like, yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it looked like when you push a fat kid who's in like a giant like snowsuit. You push a fat kid into like a snowbank, like in a big giant like oversized snowsuit.
So picture this nylon coat go zoop 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 as like she flails her arms around.
Yeah, so bad. Santos won 3 fights in a row. I mean, this division's so bad. I mean, do you believe?
I believe she's going to fight for a title, and it's not because she's great. It's because it's literally 2 more wins. Hosa was a top 10 fighter.
I know, and she was going for takedowns, and like they weren't good. It was, you could see them coming, and one was just the second round. Hosa threw a kick and slipped. I mean, that is what it is. But the other 2 takedowns was, I mean, the one in the third was so slow, and like, I'm like, really, Carol Hosa? Really?
Yeah. I mean, think about this. The UFC is going to have to hide Bia Mesquita from Luana Santos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Final X. I'd have to sit there and figure out who's actually like what would be the weight and everything. But I have no doubt Helen Maroulis. I mean, I think she might be a little bit less than 135. I don't know. I the whole kilogram thing I'd have to figure out, and she's like mid-30s. She's kind of at the end of her career, but she's, former Olympic champion. Yeah. There's no doubt. I believe Helen Maroulis, who's never thrown a punch in her life. She actually has been studying training jiu-jitsu, but could walk in and absolutely mop the floor with Luana Santos.
Oh, hey, she's from my hometown.
Helen Maroulis is from your hometown? Well, that's not fair because you have like 12 hometowns.
She's from the town next to the one I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, she's like my favorite. She's like, my God.
I mean, 57 kilograms, that's like 128 pounds. So, yeah.
128? Okay, so she probably like 125. Cutting, the wrestlers don't get to cut as much weight because they have to weigh in the same day, but
yeah,
she'd probably like 125, maybe even 115 pounder. So, all right, so a little bit heavier than that, but
yeah.
And then, I mean, the equivalent would probably be someone who weighs like 150. So, like, Amit Allure wins the title. I think she wins the title, but that's, I mean, you're talking about, like, I mean, Helen Maroulis is good. Amit Allure is, she's insane. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Helen Maroulis. Like, besides being a badass wrestler, she is freaking smoke show. What are you doing with Santos? I mean, you said that she's, 2 wins away from being a champion.
I'm giving her one of the 38 to 40-year-old women that are just hanging around forever and ever and ever. I'm giving her someone like Yana Santos. I'm giving her someone like Macy Chasson. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I went with Yana Santos just to fuck with the commentators. Luana Santos versus Yana Santos. But it's also like that same range.
Yeah.
Before that, the opening fight, one of the most highly talked about fight on our preview show, Shane Collins took on Atari Tansilova. Collins winning by unanimous decision. The backstory to this was these guys were actually training partners in the past.
Yep.
Tansilova and both guys took the fight on extremely short notice. They just added another fight to the card like a week or so ago. Tansilova moving up in weight class. This is the perfect fight to me watching where not always, but so many times pressure beats skill. Tansilova was more skilled. And Collins just pressured the hell out of him, put him in the exact position to win.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed in his face, did very similar to what Alivera did to get past the kicks. And Tansilova hated it.
Hated it. I mean, I got the pick right, but the dynamic that I expected to play out really wasn't the case. I expected Collins to be way bigger, and he was just sort of bigger. I expected Tanzalovi to be. I mean, you expected Tanzalovi to even have more of a speed advantage than I did, and he was a bit faster, but it didn't really matter. There was some weirdness in this fight. I don't know how often I've seen two guys that basically both wanted to strike for the most part, just both having their guard up and basically just bumping into each other without throwing a strike. Like they literally bumped their guard into each other. It felt like two guys like playing EA UFC 5 and like controllers are out of battery. Like I'd never seen anything like it.
They're like this. One of those Zorb balls where you smash into each other.
Yeah, it's like I don't think either of these guys is probably a future contender, but if you like Collins as a prospect at all, it has to be concerning that Tanzalovi took him down so many times so easily. Easy trips from inside, the slowest shots from way outside, and just basically grabbed his legs and just tipped him over. That needs to be worked on. Like, yeah.
Sorry, I had to mute myself to yell at my dog. My dog is making noise downstairs. Yeah, I'm watching Tanzalovi. Like, he's everything I hate in a fighter. And it's not that he wrestled that I hate, but like, one, he was backing up against the cage. He'd back up and pillar and just let Collins throw a punch at him. Like, when do people watch between Tanzalovi tonight, Feely, Lima, like pillaring does not work in MMA. Like
and the rope-a-dope, like pillaring against the fence and letting a guy just hammer you. You can't do the rope-a-dope when there's no ropes. Like don't do that.
And then he would go for takedown. Well, what he would call
fanatic pillaring, boxing style defense.
Yeah,
where it only works because you've got huge gloves and the other guy got huge gloves. Pillaring usually doesn't work in MMA.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll call it turtling. Turtling up is more same thing, but that's when you kind of duck your whole body down. But yeah, that's what pillaring is. There is like sometimes you'll see guys who doesn't actually like block with the hands as a pillaring. High guard is different. High guard is when you keep your hands up high, like almost a Muay Thai. But so close enough.
Yeah. It's they're similar.
Horseshoes.
Yeah.
High guard is the offensive side of it.
But, like pillaring, just like picture a lot of boxers on defense, and it works in boxing. It works to a certain extent in kickboxing
because you have you can only go to the head or the body.
Yeah,
you have bigger gloves. They're better.
They've got bigger gloves. Yeah,
they have
they're better at it. Yeah,
so you have bigger hands, and you also blocking. You also have bigger hands trying to get through. And honestly, boxers just better at it too. Besides they don't have to worry about takedowns. They don't have to worry about kicks. They don't have to worry about that stuff. So even the body shots, their pants are pulled up and they have like the hip. I don't know how you call them. I'm sorry for not knowing this, but like the old hip protector things that they have. They kind of the boxing all the time. So like even the body shot area is much smaller.
The George Foreman girdle that he pulled it up to his nipples. And then there's a little getting takedowns over and over again, and then doing absolutely nothing, like not punching him. Basically, he take him down and let Collins just go like get all fours and just do a wrestling stand up. Yep.
Didn't mat return him. Didn't put hooks. Did nothing.
Nothing.
And I'm like, do you realize like that you wasted all this energy and you're not getting credit for it? Like, I guess if it's like extremely close round, you got to take down. You could, but
like this is going to sound insulting, especially considering that Collins again was the outgoing featherweight champ from Uriah Faber's A1 Combat, which I'm really growing in respect as a promotion. But this looked like an amateur fight.
Yes,
just two guys that it looked like they had not drilled some of these situations.
Like they should have had like shin guards on.
Exactly.
So there you guys have it. We've covered all 12 fights. Let's get to some of the fun stuff. You already mentioned the cut list, and you had Michael Aswell on your cut list. I also had Michael Aswell on my cut list, so he will be the first person cut. The way the cut list works is if both me and Ben say that the UFC should get rid of that person, we give them permission, and that just opens up the doors for another one. Ben, I only have one more person, and it actually may surprise you who the person is.
Are you cutting Iwan Kudalaba?
I'm not.
Good.
I'm not a communist. I'm not cutting Iwan Kudala. What kind of evil human do you think I am?
Hey, I'm a lot closer to one than you are, and I was gonna stick up for the man. So like,
okay. Did you have anybody else on your list?
yeah, actually, I'm letting Hyder Emil go.
And that's the exact person I had. So I did not surprise you. So we have a unanimous cut list today.
Yeah.
Fuck Fanatic. Fucksies Fanatic wants to get rid of Leon Shabazian. I saved him just so our boy Moreno can beat him up. It'd be great if the UFC actually makes that matchup. All right, let's get to let's do Dude Seriously.
All right.
Do you have any Dude Seriously's?
I mentioned one during the breakdown of the fight, but Kudalaba playing possum, like he has found so many exotic ways to throw away fights that maybe he wasn't winning, but just kill his chances. Like he has already lost a fight in the UFC by playing possum, like the first Magomed Ankalaev fight. He pretended to be hurt. He was going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah, but yeah.
But it meant he had to fight the guy twice instead of moving on to somebody that was more appropriate. He has committed terrible fouls in fights he was winning, like against Kennedy Zechukwu, and basically let the other guy get back into the fight. He had the draw with Dustin Jacoby, where he just thrashed him in the first round, but he tired himself out so bad with the gong and dash that Jacoby came back and won the last 2 rounds. Like he finds exotic ways to lose fights, and he's trying the playing possum again. Dude, seriously?
I decided to interrupt you. I love Michael Bisping says like, yeah, he tried the same thing against Magomed Ankalaev, and they're like, way to go, Michael. Like, that's a real deep cut. It's like, no, it's actually Iwan Kudalaba's most famous fight. It was the biggest fight of his career. Like, what are we talking about? That's not going deep on a guy at all.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really bad. Deep into study of a guy.
Yeah.
All right, what else you
got? This is going to be probably unique to me among most people on this recap. But again, I had the Spanish commentary on the whole time just because I flipped to it and I saw that the commentators were Chito Vera and Yasmin Jauregui. So I just wanted to see how they were doing. And Chito's really good on the Spanish commentary. Like he reminds me of early Michael Chiesa, where he clearly knows his shit. Yeah, he clearly knows his shit and just like needs a little polish. But one thing, when they announced Kamaru Usman is going to be fighting Dricus du Plessis, he started talking about Usman's wrestling. Like, dude, I know that he got some takedowns against Joaquin Buckley, but aside from that, his wrestling has been mostly a rumor of a ghost of a myth for a couple of years now. There's no way you don't know that in that fight, du Plessis is going to be the far more effective wrestler.
Especially later in the fight, too.
Yeah. Like, dude, seriously? Yeah.
I did not listen to the Spanish, but I did listen. I don't know why. We watched the American game on Telemundo because whatever streaming they had of the English broadcast was only on a Fox. I'm like, I'm not getting another Fox. Now they're streaming something. So we did have Telemundo on I don't know, Prime or something. So but my 87 days of Duolingo in Spanish did not help me at all because I didn't hit they never once said like, where's my suitcase? or my grandmother is shy. I was waiting for the word abuela to come out, just like that's grandmother. I know that one. Timido. He's Timido. I'm like, oh, he's shy. Dude, seriously.
And we also talked about this a little bit, but Carl Hosa going to like lockdown half guard against Luana Santos, like doing lockdown half guard in MMA is a terrible idea because it locks you on the bottom. Unless you're Anderson Silva against Daniel Cormier and you just want the moral victory of not getting your head pounded into paste, you're literally guaranteeing you're going to lose the fight. And she did exactly that. Dudette, seriously?
All right. I got a couple. I'll give you some. In the opener, Tansilova and his team acting shocked that they lost a 30-27 on 3 different judges' scorecards in a fight they clearly lost all 3 rounds. And then there was like a protest, almost like a little protest going on, like Corman's like saying how bad, like even saying it to to Collins. Like, dude, seriously.
So
how about Leon Shabazian making his UFC debut and having like a whole cheering section who cheered his name nonstop? It doesn't really fit Leon. Leon doesn't really fit that well. But besides,
how many times can you say it in 23 seconds anyway?
yeah. But besides the chanting before he as he was going to the cage was much longer than his actual fight. Like, dude, seriously. How about? I mean, good for Mitch Reposa to win. Terrible call out. He called for a fight at UFC Nocho, which is fine. Like, that's cool. You want to be on that card. With either Brandon Moreno or Edgar Chavez. Like, could you go to more extreme? Like, I want a main event against Brandon Moreno or friggin' curtain jerker against Edgar Chavez. Why don't you just say I want to be on that card? It was the most. What the hell?
That's weird.
It just. And then almost as bad as my man Murtazali. I'm sorry, I'm messing up his name, Magomedov, who started talking about like, talking about a fighter he was calling out, and then completely forgot the guy's name, and then just like mid thing just gave up. Like, he started calling somebody out. He's like, yeah, he's a good athlete and he's really tough, all respect. And he forgot the guy's name, and then just like, yeah, so I want to fight soon. just
like where is his corner to bail him out there?
Yeah, like be like pass him like some little like note, like, oh, is this guy? Oh, okay.
Or just yell a name from the corner for him.
Yeah. Like, dude, seriously. All right, let's get to the Bulls of the Bears. The Bulls of the Bears are a stock market reference. You don't want to be on the Bulls list. You want to be on the Bulls list. You don't want to be on the Bears list. We do it hockey style 3, 2, 1. Ben, I will let you kick it off. Let's go positive. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go Bulls.
Okay. Bulls. Mitch Reposa. He's now won 2 fights in a row. And they've both been over decent fighters. Like, Azat Maksum is not bad, and Alan Nascimento was a fringe top 15 type guy. And Mitch Reposa just beat him. So great for a guy that was very much on the verge of getting cut. I'm going to give a bull to Vinicius Oliveira. First step up to a new division, taking on a guy in Andre Fili that is just as tough and gritty as they come, a good sized guy for the division. So it's a good test of that. And Fili, who like Final Destination 9 is destined to win a fight because he's on the ultimate streak, and Oliveira was having none of it. So dangerous new man at 145. Good to see there. There are plenty of others I could throw out here, but I'm going to throw out Christian Rodriguez. I expected him to beat Haider Emil. I picked him to beat Haider Emil. I did not expect it to go like this. I figured he was going to have to just thread the needle, wrestle at the appropriate times, keep Emil off balance, and no, he blasted him with a Robert Whittaker hidden head kick and then choked him to sleep. Like, fantastic performance by Christian Rodriguez.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian Rodriguez was fantastic. I'll give you a couple extra ones. My number 3, I mean, it's not really going on a limb, but I'll go with the main eventer. I go with Manel Kape. I mean, the guy has won 4 fights in a row in the division. Again, not the deepest division. 4 by stoppage in a division where guys don't get a lot of stoppages. Manel Kape's, his stock is through the roof right now. My number 2, he didn't beat anybody spectacular, but he won spectacularly. He'll always remember. He's got a highlight forever the rest of his career, and that's Murtazali Magomedov. I mean, he's undefeated, got the only Mexican twister or the Tanzanian twister, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be jiu-jitsu gyms all around the world trying the submission. So I'll go with him. And my number one's a group. How about massive underdogs? It started last week with Justin Gaethje, like a 4-1 underdog, and it just kept rolling into this card. Gaston Bolognese, Boras,
both Peruvians, Bulls Peru also.
Both Peruvians, which we know is close to Paraguay over there. The Shillan and Duffy show is huge in Paraguay. Still kind of breaking into Uruguay, but Paraguay loves. So that's my number. Just underdogs are on a roll. So nice job, all the big underdogs. Let's go to the Bears. Now, these are the ones whose stock went down. Alan Nascimento. I mean, he was on a 4-fight winning streak, was looking good. He's very inactive, so he never gets the ball rolling the winning streaks. Then he has a matchup against Mitch Reposa, a guy I think we both think is, underrated, but still you're like close to a 2-1 favorite, and he lost, and a lot of his stock. Like, he wins that fight on a 5-fight win streak, he's fighting probably a ranked top 10 flyweight. Instead, he's going to be buried on the prelims.
January 14th, 2023 is the last time Alan Nascimento won a fight at flyweight. It's been 3.5 years.
Okay, yeah, it's way more than I even thought. So yeah, all right, make him my number one. I said number 3. He's my number 1. All right, so then these are my other 2. It'll be 2 and 3. I'm gonna go Andre Lima. Anytime you lose that it always hurts you right away. The mystique about you is off. You're not as good anymore. I mean, a loss now sets you way back, like 3 years now. He can win 9 fights from now, and that is still hang over you differently than if he was, say, I don't know what his record is right now, but 22-0 or something like that. It's just 21-1 or 19-1 or whatever. It always is different than 20-0.
Yes.
And my number 1, kind of combining multiple weeks together. How about the Shabazian brothers? Both losing, and I think it was exactly a 2-week stretch. Obviously, Leon losing much worse than Edmund did against Brendan Allen, but still, the Shabazian brothers both coming off losses. This is when the Edmund Tavernian, they were supposed to turn everything around. Ronda Rousey just won; they was going to be back. Not good for the Shabazian brothers. What do you got?
I certainly agree with all of those. I am going to throw in Carl Hosa. She is just stagnated so hard. Again, 5 or 6 years ago, she was 25 years old. She was on like a 6-fight win streak, 4 of them in the UFC. She looked like, if not a future title contender, at least someone that could literally hang out in the top 10 for the next 10 years. Instead, she is under 500 in the last couple of years and actively looking worse each time out. Like, she's falling apart, and she's 31. So bad night for Carl Hosa. She not only lost, she justified burying her on the prelims. She lost a terrible fight. So there you go. There's one. I'll throw out Melissa Mullins. She had it.
She did.
12 fighters lost tonight. None may be kicking themselves harder than Melissa Mullins. Like, I mean, Iwan Kudalaba should, but if he learned from his mistake, we wouldn't be here.
Lima's probably that too, but yes.
Lima too.
He was a closer from actually winning.
And I agree with those that say Horiguchi's stock hasn't gone down that much. I mean, he lost to a guy that we're arguing should fight for a title next.
Yeah.
For all we know, he's still a top 5 talent. But I'll say this. Horiguchi now, if he and Kape fight again at some point, this is going to be in his head. He's going to know I could have everything going my way, and just like in the second Kape fight, just like in the first Sergio Pettis fight, it can be taken away from me in a second.
Yeah.
Even as smart and just game as Kyoji Horiguchi is, and I still think he's one of the smartest fighters and best coached fighters in the entire sport, that has got to eat at him.
But you know what? It should have been in his head before the fight tonight that Kape can change everything in one strike.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. What was your grade for the card? I think our grades might be all over the place.
I did not love this card. I'm giving it a straight C.
Yeah, the main event was pretty exciting for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I always kind of like grade on the curve of the main event and everything. What I'll say about this, there was definitely some boring moments. I mean, the Hosa fight was horrendous. The Lima fight was aggravating, but there was also some highlights, but there wasn't like spectacular knockouts or anything like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm with you, like a C. But I saw some people calling it bangers on like Twitter. So,
I mean, there were some violent finishes, but not many fights that were bangers.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I'm thinking about the Feely Alivera one. That kind of pulls it up a little bit too.
And Rodriguez wrecking Emil.
Right. Yeah. That, like I said, I almost had an Alexa Grasso feel to it. I almost feel like you also graded this on a curve, like you had very low expectations or something like that. So yeah, I mean, it lived up to like what it could. But like I said, we got exactly what I thought we got. We got a 1C, someone put a C, someone put a B, someone put a D. So like people are all over the place with the scorecards, which I kind of felt. We didn't do the awards.
Yeah, there were 2 performances of the night and 1 fight of the night, and
I feel like the fight of the night is a no-brainer. And is the no-brainer? Is the fight of the night the exact no-brainer that I'm thinking of?
It's what I would have given it to.
Okay, so Feely and
yes,
Alivera. Okay, no-brainer. At least they got that right. Yeah. All right, performance is gonna be tough. I wrote down 2 for performances I thought, but there's 4 or 5 that could. I'm going to. Do you agree with the performances?
I agree they were both great performances. One of them I would have been okay with going to somebody else.
Okay. I'm going to guess they gave it to Kape. And yes. I wouldn't have. Because they always give the main. I wouldn't have gave it to Kape. You don't get beat up and have to come back and put it. To me, that's a great performance.
Yeah.
Obviously, the result was great, no doubt. Spectacular how it happened, no doubt.
If they still gave knockout of the night bonuses, I'd be fine.
Totally fine. Yeah. So I'm torn because a lot of guys, I don't know if they're going to give him. But when Magomedov did, I understand he was a huge, or fairly big. I think he was a pretty big favorite, like 3-1 favorite, something like that.
Yep.
But what he did, only 5 twisters in history, but really this twist is the first time I ever saw it. I would give Magomedov one. I'm thinking Chocolate because how quick the knockout was, but I'm not giving it to him. I'm giving it to your boy, Christian Rodriguez. To me, that was the one like most balanced fight where a guy just put on a absolutely starchin. Like we think this could be a back and forth, really close fight on paper, and one guy just was spectacular. Those are the 2 I would give. Ben, before you tell me who won, we know Kape won, so give me who the 2 you would have gave it to, and then tell me the awards.
I would have given the fight of the night as it went to Alivera and Feely. That makes sense. I would have given the performance bonuses to Christian Rodriguez and Murtazali Magomedov.
So we have exactly the same.
Yes. The bonuses went to Kape and Magomedov.
Okay. So I'm cool with Mag. I'm glad that they didn't screw Magomedov. But
yeah,
if you're Chocolate, you go, oh, should I let Leon Shabazin beat me up for like 3 rounds before I knocked him out?
At least everybody who got a finish gets $25K now. That's nice. Because Chocolate was probably signed to a 12-12. So he literally doubled his paycheck with win bonus by getting the finish. So I do like that.
I'm waiting for somebody to like be in a guard with, on any case, like, all right, this fight's clearly going to go to a decision with like 10 seconds left and be like, dude, you're about to get 25K if I tap. You want to give me 10 of it? Or actually, how about this? I take 15 of it. You get 10. You get 10K for nothing. Yeah, sure. Like, I'm about to lose a decision anyways. All right, I tap out.
Like the first time that happens, the UFC is just going to start taking that bonus out of the other guy's purse, and then that'll stop.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not suggesting. I'm just it's gonna happen. So, anyways, guys, we have done the most in-depth preview show and recap show of the world for you. I don't know if many people do what we did. Preview shows or recap this one. But before we get to that, we have to give a special award, always the listener of the night. We had a great crowd. You never know what we're going to get depending on the card. I mean, like obviously the White House card had a lot of people talking, which was awesome. I was a little surprised because it was super late on a Monday. This one, I'm wondering how many people are going to be talking in the chat like this, but the chat was awesome as always. Ben, do you have a listener of the night?
Yeah, I actually do. I believe he has already tapped out at this point, but I really enjoyed Narrative Nation UFC's contributions. Yeah, maybe laugh a couple times, had some good ideas that he threw out kind of during the movie game we did. But so, yeah, I'm going to give it to him even in absentia.
Yeah, I mean, people would make me laugh. A lot of them. Mr. C was awesome. Obviously, my man Antoine Willis is always awesome. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the last guy who just commented. I'm gonna go with fuck fanatic, a fuck C fanatic. I'm gonna go with him. He was great. But Matua was great. All those guys. Everyone's always great. So before we leave, I just want to say one thing. It is 12:30 a.m. on the East Coast. I know it's still 6:20 where Ben is, but it's 6:21 where I am, and which would make today Father's Day. So I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers out there. I want to say Happy Father's Day to my father and my father-in-law, and I want to say special Happy Father's Day to my man Ben, who's a fantastic father. So, anyways.
Happy Father's Day to you as well. You've done a great job. Keep up the good work.
I think my wife did a good job, but thank you so much. Anyways, we'll be back. Our next card is Fiziev versus Torres. UFC.
UFC Baku. Yeah, UFC Baku.
Yeah. And by the time that preview comes out, I'll still be looking for where Baku is in the world. So there you guys have it. Make sure you check that out and make sure you check out everything on Sherdog.com. Thanks again. Happy Father's Day, and see you guys next time.